What's up, leaders? I'm Scott Matthew from Nix Your Limits, and I want to talk about what you want to achieve most in life. I want you to visualize it right now. Picture yourself in your dream life, living your dream lifestyle. Where do you live? What does your house look like? How much money do you make? What are you doing with your time? Who are you with? Okay, think about all these things and just let it fill yourself. What does that life look like? Now, think about how great it's going to feel when you actually achieve it. When you look back on this moment right now, when you say, man, I remember that first time that I thought about living in a house like this. I remember that first time that I thought about how amazing it would be to have this job that I already am doing right now. Okay, with the Nix Your Limits mentality, you can achieve that. You can achieve that. People have done it before you. Think about Walt Disney. Think about LeBron James. Think about Michael Phelps. Think about the greats that are already doing what you want to do. Maybe if you want to be a doctor, think of those top doctors. If you want to be an author, think about some of those top authors. Okay, now think about where you think they were at in your place right now. Maybe you're just graduating high school. Think about what Walt Disney's life was like at that point. Maybe you are just starting in college or in that age range, and think about where Michael Phelps was. Okay, think about some of those greats and where they were at now. So often we compare ourselves to where they are right now, which is not for 10, 15 years. Okay, they have plenty of years behind their belt above you, and we get so impatient with ourselves saying, why don't I have that now? Like, can you imagine? How do you expect yourself to have as many gold medals as Michael Phelps does right now? It's impossible. It's literally impossible for you to have that amount of success right now. Be patient, you'll get there. Okay, and that's the part of the Nix Your Limits mentality is focused on that. Every time you start getting amped up for your goals and exerting activity, negativity will come. Okay, activity is followed by negativity. And that negativity can come from all aspects of your life. It can come from your friends, it can come from your family, it can come from your environment, and it can come from yourself. And the Nix Your Limits mentality is pushing all of that aside because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. Who would have thought about if Walt Disney would have explained some of his dreams to, say, his teacher when he was about to graduate high school? What would they have told him? They would have said the exact same thing that they tell you and me so often every single day. Like, okay, oh, that's really good. Maybe you'll get there, work hard and you might get, just casual excusing you away. It happens every single day. But as you start actively pursuing those goals, you'll start seeing progress, but you'll also start seeing more and more negativity. That's the way it happens. Once you start doing things differently, people attack you for it. They say, man, why are you working so hard? Why did you work so hard over the holiday break? Why did you work so hard on Saturday? Isn't that your day off? Why do you keep going? Why do you keep pushing? Okay, life, an achievement of success in life will bring sacrifices. Okay, and you'll have to sacrifice some things. But read books about Walt Disney's life. Read books about any of those game changers that have achieved amazing things, and they will list off sacrifices that they had to make. That shouldn't be a scary thing. That should be a motivating thing. Know that the things you can sacrifice now are so that you don't have to sacrifice anything later. That you can achieve that dream life later by working your tail off right now. Okay, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point of where your lifestyle needs to be right now. And success loves speed. Don't worry about waiting until after you graduate high school to start actively working on your dreams. Don't worry about after graduating college to start preparing for your career. Start right now. The sooner you start, the faster you grow. The faster you grow, the more you can achieve. Success loves speed. Start right now. Okay, I've got 4 quick elements that I want to talk about that can help you achieve the Nix Your Limits mentality. And all of these elements, those individuals that we've already mentioned and those individuals that you look up to for the success that they've had, they used it. They used these 4 elements. And so if you do, because it worked for them, it'll work for you. I promise you that. Okay, so element number 1 is to recognize. You need to recognize the actual reality of your goals. How big do you want to go? What is it going to take to get there? What skills do you need to be the best at that industry, at that job, at that career? What do you need to have to get there? Maybe it's a degree. Okay, be real. Education is important. A lot of people will tell you different. Oh, you don't need an education. Well, there's a lot of careers that you need the education just to be able to walk in the door. So maybe it's an education, and don't feel bad about that. Own it. Okay, maybe it's skills, maybe there's habits, maybe there's certifications that you need. Maybe there's like an internship or something. Okay, take a look at what you need to get there And then you'll be able to recognize how much effort is going to be needed, how much work is going to be required, and maybe even some of those sacrifices. Okay, recognize the skills, recognize the habits, and kind of just make a list of, okay, here's everything I need to achieve my ultimate lifestyle. And don't worry about so much of it saying, oh man, how am I supposed to achieve all that right now? Okay, like I said, be patient. You're not going to win 20 gold medals all today. Okay, it's going to take time. And so make that list and then know, man, all I have to do is start crossing these things off. Because everyone else in your current status of life that's also about to graduate high school or starting college or whatever, they're not doing it. So they're checking off 0 while you check off 1, 2, 3, 4 on your list. And you're just increasing your lead over the rest of the average, and that's going to help you achieve the maximum success. Okay, so recognize how real your goal is and what it takes to get there. Once you know what it's going to take to get there, then you move on to the second element, which is involve. Okay, life is all people. No matter what you do, no matter what products you sell or what industry you're in, you're going to be working with people. And your growth is also dependent on that. So you need to involve people and resources in your development because you're going to get there so much faster. Success loves speed, and so the sooner you involve people in your life or those resources, the sooner you're going to start seeing progress. The sooner you're going to start navigating that negativity. Okay, so recognize and then involve those people that maybe are already winning at the industry that you want to get into or doing really well at that job. Okay, maybe you can ask somebody and you can find a mentor. Maybe you will be able to find out those resources that other people used so that you can start developing those skills and strategies as well. Okay, another key thing to remember about that is a classic phrase, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. And so think about that. Maybe you need to involve some other people in your life that'll push you to a higher standard. And maybe you need to kind of push away from some people that are bringing that standard down. Okay, so involve the people and resources who are around you. Okay, Michael Phelps found a great coach. Like Walt Disney found a great partner. Everybody had people around their lives that achieved maximum success. They found people to help them. Yes, you could probably do a lot on your own, but you can do so much more when you involve the people and resources around you. So don't feel bad about that. That's not taking away anything from your own success. That's actually boosting you up because you figured out how to involve more people and basically take more people along for the ride. Okay, so involve the strategies, involve the people, involve the resources. And then once you have that, you understand, you've recognized, you've involved the people, and now start to strategize and put it all together. Okay, start to strategize of like, okay, I need to develop this habit, and that's actually something I can realistically do right now. I know that to be really successful, one of the small skills is going to be to be on time. So I'm going to focus on being on time to every single class, every single shift I have at my part-time job while I'm in school. Everything I do, I'm going to be on time. Okay, and that's something you can do right now. That's one of those things you can cross off on that list of what it takes to be the best that you can be. And so then move to the next one. Okay, I need to really be good at time management because I want to have multiple jobs or whatever. Okay, and so then start looking at each of your classes and your part-time job as different jobs because they are. Each of them are giving you different income of a sense that's helping you achieve your goals. And so treat them like that. Game plan your day, game plan your week, learn how to organize. Okay, that could be another one of those things. Look at those lists that you make of what it takes to achieve your greatest success and start looking for things that you can start to do right now. Okay, and then that can help you start to build those habits, those skills, to pursue like those opportunities. Okay, that's a great thing. As you move into college, student leadership opportunities are incredible experiences for you to start crossing off a lot of those things on those lists. So when you get into college, apply to be a resident assistant, apply to be an ambassador, to be a part of student government. These will be opportunities that will catapult your career. They will give you opportunities to grow so much, to experience so much. Now that doesn't mean just because you get the job that it's going to happen. You have to put in the work, but you will have the opportunities that people that are just going to school, they don't get. Okay, so strategize. Think about how am I gonna do this? What habits do I need? And when am I gonna start? Okay, and that helps you get committed. because you have to have commitment to pull in the fourth element of the Nix Your Limits mentality, and that's to execute. No matter how much I talk or you plan or you write your goals or you make a big dream board on your wall, if you don't do anything about it, it means nothing. If Walt Disney would have never done anything about his dream to build Disneyland, or if LeBron James would have never have entered the gym even though he wanted to be the best basketball player in the world, okay, none of it would have ever happened. Action is required. Action is required, so you got to start. It doesn't matter if you start perfect. You won't anyway. So you adjust along the way. Okay, you start today, and then you go and, oh man, dang, that didn't work out very well. Or that actually, I need to wait to develop that opportunity. I can't go and apply for my career yet. I need the degree. They're not even going to look at me before I have that. Okay, so you got to kind of adapt and adjust and move along the way, but that's the cycle of the 4 elements of the Nix Your Limits mentality. Once you run into a speed bump, recognize what happened. What happened? Oh, I don't have this skill yet. Ooh, I know this person. Let me involve them to teach me that skill. I can be better at that right now. And then you strategize with that person, like, okay, how can I go about doing that? And then you execute. And then you keep going and you keep going. And all of a sudden, you're accomplishing your lifelong dreams way sooner than you ever thought possible. And that's what the Nix Your Limits mentality is all about. You can do it. You can attack challenges and new opportunities with the Nix Your Limits mentality. Anytime you're at your job or in school and a new challenge is brought up and your automatic response is like, whoa, this is intense. I don't know if I can do this. Nix your limits. Nix your limits, push those down, and rise above. Rise above. Recognize, involve, strategize, execute. Rise Leadership will help you accomplish your dreams so much faster than you can ever imagine if you put in the work. So go out there and put in the work and make it happen. I know you can, you know you can, and so now you just got to start working. Start today.